Hey people, I'm live. Welcome to the Monday evening stream. We're here downtown on Carlton Street right now. I see Advisorit. Hello there, Advisorit, and Sunjib and Alan K. Kwan. And Wesley T. Hello. Toronto's doo-wop music guys here. David Clippert. Chatty Cathy. Good evening to you. And I see Harjot. Hello, Harjot. And Brett Mallon. Rhonda Lloyd. 21st Century. Picard. Engage Wolf 9.9. Sapand is here. Oh, good to see everyone. Brad Palmer, Vivian Johnson, good evening. Marie Palmer, I like to walk. Jennifer Gala, hello. Cheesy Rider, hey, how you doing? Caleb Lee, Uncle Buck. And Gabby, hello. And Matt Chat. Nice to see everyone. Let's get this walk started. Hey, Michael Wynn. I guess Johnny just ended his stream. I think the timing just worked out for that one. That wasn't really planned or anything. Pre-planned. Sometimes we do pre-plan these things, but this time it just happened to work out that way. Hey, Rainbow Obsidian, hello. Hey, Lena and Dave in Bangor, Maine. Hello, Virginia Wedlake. We're on Carlton Street. Hey, Andy Wood, hello. Will Chan, sub-zero, that's right. It is just below zero, but there's a wind chill that makes it feel a bit colder than that. Nothing too crazy though. Yeah, we're in for some colder weather for sure coming up. Some real, like, actual cold. Hey, Maureen Bruce, hello. And hello, Kelvy. Jonathan Colley, good evening. Bill Chow. Johnny just wrapped up. See what perfect timing. Well, thank you, Sapan. That was literally just a last second snap. I was just like, oh, I need a thumbnail. Here, I'll just stand here. Boom, done. Hey, Iguana 91, hello. Yeah, Maple Leaf Gardens is a Loblaws now. On the ground floor, there's still an arena up above now on the second level. That's being used by Toronto Metropolitan University. It's their arena. So it's not the big arena that it used to be, but at least it's still being used. Hey, Steve Mikra, hello. David Bukaj, long time no see, good to see you. And it still says Maple Leaf Gardens and all that. So the Matami Athletic Center is the name of the rink and other facilities now inside there. Hey, John Burke. In the middle 80s in Florida. Ooh, that's like a cold snap. And we have some light flurries coming down. Very light. Yeah, and inside the Loblaws store, on the floor, if you come to the right area inside, you'll find a marker on the floor that marks where center ice was when the rink was there. Hey, Chris James, hello. Go-to food spots? Well, for me, Burrito Boys is the go-to food spot in my area. And you know what? I just came here last weekend with my girlfriend, and we really enjoyed it. We had a nice meal here. This is on Carlton Street. Hey, Marsha Mack, hello. So I was thinking I'd take us up towards the Annex neighborhood. Maybe check out some streets in that beautiful residential area. And on the way, I thought we'd walk along this stralley up ahead. A stralley is the word I made up that describes something that's not quite a street and not quite an alley. Maybe a little bit of both. Hello, Sebastian. Hey, Susie, good evening. Hey, no worry, you're not that late. I only started 6 minutes and 49 seconds ago. So we're just coming up to Yonge Street. Hey, Mike Kirk, hello. Hello, Josephine Halligan. All you lucky viewers get to watch 2 back-to-back live streams. I guess Monday night is working out well. And here's Yonge Street. I'll just let this car go. Okay, go weird little car. Oh. Looking south down Yonge. The Aura. Got College Park over here. Got lots of people all bundled up against the wind chill. And I saw a super chat. Sven 001 X €3. Thank you very much for the super sticker, actually. I appreciate it very much. Hope you enjoy this chilly walk around downtown and into the Annex. Hey, Alan K. Kwan is back. Josephine, that one is called the Aura. It's a condominium. Currently the tallest residential building in Canada, actually. It has 78 stories, but there are 3 buildings under construction in Toronto right now which will be taller than the Aura. 3 new residential buildings. So Aura will no longer be the tallest residential building in Canada for much longer. So now we're walking up the Stralley. I did a walk up here a little while ago in one of my pre-recorded videos. Hello, Reggie Gagnon. Good to see you. Is this Cracktown? I wouldn't say this is Cracktown. This is just downtown. All of downtown can't be Cracktown. parts of downtown, you could say, are Cracktown. This is probably not associated with crackiness in particular, this part of downtown. Once you go up to Yonge and Wellesley, maybe around there a little bit, but mostly you have to go east of Yonge, so in that direction. Butt Cracktown. There you go. I think there are enough people with low riding pants walking around that you could probably get away with calling it Butt Cracktown. Hey, evening, Yahya. I'm just glad that it's not extremely windy. We have a slight wind chill, but this is downright pleasant compared to some of the previous windy days I've walked around in the winter. Yeah, that was a nice fire hall. You're right, Gabby. How do I find downtown compared to pre-pandemic? I think a lot of the pedestrian activity has returned. Matter of fact, there was a report that came out a while ago from the Downtown Yonge BIA that said that as of last year, at a certain time period during 2022, pedestrian traffic on the stretch of Yonge that the BIA covers had actually exceeded the levels in 2019. So in some respects, things are exceeding 2019 in terms of busyness, but the financial district, I say, is still below pre-pandemic levels because office workers just have not returned yet, and they may not ever. But outside of the financial district, I'd say the city is just as busy as ever for the most part. Hey, Jay Smith, hello. Good evening, John. Yeah, so areas with lots of office towers are still a little bit on the quiet side. Retail areas, residential areas in the heart of the city, they're busy. Sky looks a bit ominous. You're off on Thursday. And here is Wellesley Street. So the Strally gets interrupted by this construction site here. They blocked it off, so I just have to take a bit of a detour to get back to it. Normally you could just keep walking right up through here, but this new skyscraper is under construction here, so they have it blocked off. So that'll be blocked off probably for the next couple of years at least. Hey, Novel Costs, hello. It's that new park, Dr. Lillian McGregor Park. The condo beside the park, fairly new as well. Alright, I can cut through here. I'm going to cross the street. So I don't get run over by a cyclist. Crossing a bike lane here. Got some nice protected bike lanes here on this part of Wellesley. Hello Brenda, welcome. Michelle number 1. Not to be confused with Michelle number 2. And certainly not to be confused with Michelle number 57. You ran into Eugene Levy right here. That's cool. That'd be a fun person to run into. Minus 17 this Saturday. That is almost as cold gets in a Toronto winter. Minus 20 is usually the absolute frigid temperatures that you'll get here. Not including wind chills, of course. And now we're back on the Strally. Yeah, that's awesome, Gabby. I would imagine he would be a delightful, friendly guy. Be disappointing if he wasn't, right? Be like, oh no, why? Why does he have to be a jerk? Alright, let's continue northward. Hey, Crikey 73. So eventually this will spit me out at Bloor Street. And then we'll make our way westward towards the Annex. Yeah, I agree, Rainbow. There's just something about seeing all the lights in tall buildings at night. Buildings that look kind of dull and uninspired in the daytime can look a lot nicer at night. The Aura is a good example of that, that really tall one with the LED strips on the top. It's okay looking, but not the greatest. But at night it looks spectacular. Yeah, this is a very cozy, charming street right in between Yonge Street and Bay Street. So you have two busy, big downtown streets, both to the east and west, and along here it's quiet and cozy with all these old 19th century houses. Hey, David Clippert, good evening. And this is called St. Nicholas Street, by the way. I don't know if there's any relation to Santa Claus. Gabby, yeah, very upscale for sure. If you consider them workers' cottages now, those workers would be making a couple $100,000 a year. And those houses are a perfect example of higher density housing that a lot of people say is lacking. People talk about the missing middle. Well, dense row houses are an answer to the missing middle. You can cram a lot of people into a pretty small footprint when you have houses like that. You don't always need a multi-story walk-up apartment building. Matter of fact, the old Victorian neighborhoods right around the core of Toronto, the 19th century row house, semi-detached and townhouse neighborhoods, have the same density, population density, as the neighborhoods in Montreal that are filled with the Plex buildings. Same density. It might look different to the eye, but the density is the same. Yeah, right downtown, high density is definitely good to have, and Toronto has no shortage of that. Plenty of extreme density in downtown Toronto. Doesn't necessarily mean that every little stretch of 19th century row houses has to be knocked down. Got to keep some of the charm. Toronto already has the second most highly populated downtown in the US and Canada. Only New York has a higher downtown population than Toronto. You want density? There's your density. And very expensive, yes, of course. Unfortunately. Ooh, there's some nice warm air coming from somewhere. The vents coming off of this building are blasting very warm air. Yeah, we're just about on Bloor Street now. I hope not, Rainbow, because I was enjoying it. All right, so here is Bloor. Jonathan, yeah, Apple is planning to open a big flagship store at the base of the new one super tall skyscraper, which is under construction. It's going to be a spectacular store by the looks of it. You can see the one right there under construction. So at the bottom of that building will be a huge Apple store. Well, when I say downtown New York, I'm just talking about Manhattan in general. Whether it's lower, midtown, because Manhattan is the center of activity in New York. You can divide it up however you like. It has a huge residential population, obviously. It's crammed with thousands of high-rise apartments and condos. Oh, thank you, Clifford, yes. And yes, this is the Mink Mile, as they call it. All the luxury retailers are located. There's a look down Bay Street. Hey Robert, hello. And Bash Brannigan, hello. Overly polite to dangerous drivers. You think Johnny's overly polite? He usually kind of harshly gives them a few words, doesn't he? Hey Jenny, hello, welcome, and thank you for the $5 because it's cold out. It is a bit chilly, I would say, so much appreciated, Jenny. Well, I'll tell you what, Bash Brannigan, if a car cuts me off, I'll yell the classic New York catchphrase, "Hey, I'm walking here!" I'll do it. I won't hold back. Robin Shepherd, hello. I really like all these nicely lit up little trees along the street. I guess they're keeping these all winter long. It's good to see. It's not just a Christmas thing. There's a giant Sephora. And Ali BHG, hello, hello. Got Harry Rosen. So once I get to Avenue Road, I'm going to turn right and then turn left again and walk through a residential street in the Annex. The Annex is a very sought after neighborhood right on the edge of downtown. And this will take you into the Yorkville neighborhood. Like something new is going in this space. What was it before? What did that used to say? K-I-T-A-C-E? I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat knows what that was. Avenue Road has narrow sidewalks. Yeah, we're not going to go all the way up Avenue Road. Just like a block or so. Kit and Ace? Alright, thanks Jonathan. That makes sense. K-I-T-A-C-E. Hello. Good evening. And looks like something new is going across the street beside Prada and Dior on the other side. I'm trying to pronounce these places properly now instead of my silly incorrect way that I usually do. He likes the friendly people, yep. There's a guy in shorts I didn't see, but you'll often see that, you know. Plenty of people, when they go out jogging or whatever, they wear shorts. I used to see a guy who walked around in his t-shirt no matter what the temperature was. It didn't matter. It could have been a wind chill of minus 30 and he'd still be out walking around with his t-shirt. I used to see him every morning because I'd be walking to work in the morning and so would he, and we'd always pass each other. And I'd have my big winter coat on and my hat and gloves and the whole deal, and I'd still be like, oh, this is terrible, I can't wait to get to work where it's warm. And he'd walk past me in his t-shirt. I think this guy had some kind of condition or something where he did not feel cold. It was pretty bizarre. And he never had like a gloves or hat or anything, and he was completely bald also, so his head was just fully exposed. He was like some sort of superhero or something. And I can withstand the cold pretty well. Like, it takes some pretty below zero temperatures before I start to feel the need to really bundle up. Hey, have a good night, Kathleen Das. Nope, no $800 apartments in this neighborhood, that's right. Saw somebody in shorts in Sudbury. Yeah, and I mean, I used to see it in North Bay too. That's where I used to live. Yes, we are at Avenue Road and Bloor. There's the ROM. Whoop. It's the ROM across the street. The Park Hyatt Hotel right here. Honking horns. You got the CN Tower way off in the distance. Hey, Shavabalan, hello. Yeah, it's a good place to go and spend a few hours. There's North Bay Cottage Country. It's a bit north of what is traditionally considered cottage country. Cottage country might extend a bit north of Huntsville into like the Berks Falls area, and then North Bay is maybe another 45-minute drive north of there. Although there's plenty of people who do go to North Bay and have cottages in the North Bay area as well, but it's not the traditional heart of cottage country, which is Muskoka and Parry Sound. North Bay is just a bit north of there. It's in Nipissing District, the next area north of cottage country. Maybe one day it'll be like cottage country 2.0. I think it already is to some extent. Hey, JD Fisher. Nope, no need for any new mods yet. I'll definitely let you know though. And hello, Schnurtchick. Hello. Temagami is beautiful. Yeah, that's another hour north of North Bay. Yeah, Noble Cost Nipissing District has been a thing for a long time. All the areas of Northern Ontario are divided into districts instead of counties. Because everything is more sparsely populated up there. So you have Nipissing District, you have Sudbury District, you have Cochrane District, Temiskaming District. Alright, so we're going to start a little walk through the Annex here. This is Prince Arthur Avenue. Yeah, there is a Sudbury in Massachusetts, yeah. I was just to take note of that. Yeah, Quebec is only about a 45-minute drive from North Bay. The nearest town is Temiskaming, Quebec, right on the border with Ontario. Yeah, the snow levels downtown aren't terribly high. I mean, they weren't that high to begin with, even right after the storm. It's a bit more right in this area, actually, than it is where I live. I think the further north you went, the more snow you got. How is my French? My French is not good. Let's just put it that way. It's nothing to write home about. Oh, the CJ Hoyle live in the Annex, okay. I've seen him do some of his rides around this area. That makes sense. Hey, thank you, Susie. That's right. Hit that subscribe button and the like button if you like it, and if you want to see more. And I'll do more. I do it all the time. I just walk around like a maniac all around this city. Hey, Luke, no hands while I walk down Annex rich streets. Well, we're kind of doing that right now. I mean, there are some more rich streets than this, but almost all the streets in the Annex could be described that way. This one has a lot more apartment buildings on it. So some of them are purely big old houses. Those ones might be a bit more rich. There's the Duke of York pub. That's right, Whitby Dude. I have so much data now. I don't even know if I'll be able to use it all up. Hey, Maroof, you're very welcome. Yeah, I'll probably go out and do a freezing cold video on Friday or Saturday, just to say I did it. Do I follow soccer? No, Alley Walks, I don't really. Not much of a sports follower at all, really. And this is interesting. Some of these older apartment buildings around this area. 1960s era buildings, mostly. Jeff Leopard at Travel Fund? I don't think so. Is that someone I should know? I know Def Leppard, the band. Yeah, it's a bit windy. There's a definite wind chill factor going on. Evening, Stephen Collins. Oh, there's an unexpected CN Tower view. Sometimes you just see this thing when you least expect it. It's just, oh, there it is. I wasn't expecting to see that. It always has to make its presence known, you know. Oh no, the only convoy streamer that I know of is Ottawalks. I actually followed his channel before the whole convoy thing even began, because he just did walks around Ottawa, so sort of in the same genre as me and Johnny, so we already knew of each other before his channel blew up. He only had a few thousand subscribers before the convoy thing, maybe like 2,000 even. And then by the end of the Ottawa convoy, he had over 100,000 subscribers. This is St. George Street. Hey, that is awesome, Sapand. 500 is just around the corner. That's a nice milestone. And then once you pass 500, it feels like 1,000 is beating down your door. Not like lots of apartments mixed in with old houses around here. Minus 1,000 degrees. I'll definitely go out and record that if it happens. I'd like to see my hand freeze to my camera. Right, so now we're kind of right in the heart of the Annex, heading west. There's a house I'm going to walk past later on, where a very famous Torontonian lived, and very famous person in the world of urbanism. Urban planning, all things urban. See, some of these houses are enormous, like this. Like, it looks a lot bigger in person than it does on the screen, I can tell you that. Hey, Visitor, hello, things are good. Yeah, a lot of the houses here are divided up into multiple units because this neighborhood has a pretty sizable population of student renters. So that's why you see lots of apartment buildings kind of mixed in here also. But some of the houses are just single family houses, and yeah, you're going to be paying millions for one of those. Like this, I'm not sure if this is a single family home or if it has multiple units in it or not. It's almost like the size of an apartment building in any sense, or in any case, I should say. I only see one door. I don't know. Maybe it is something else. I see some plaques up here. I'm gonna snoop. Well, this has some businesses in it. There's some offices. So that's not a house. Once upon a time it was a house, but not anymore. Toronto's doo-wop music guy. They were frat houses. Yeah, some of them are still frat houses, yeah. You'll often see the Greek letters. Yeah, that building was full of lawyers. Oh my God. And there's still lots of semi-detached houses too, where each side is like a mansion in its own right. Two mansions joined together. That's a huge one right over there. Near the Mad. Bestest Times Reborn is here. Hello. And this is just a nice older apartment building here. Big old fashion walk-up apartment building. Hello, driving Ottawa. Never told them you're going to York? They'd look down their noses at you, right? York? You go to York? You go to York. Anyone who can use a fork can go to York. Ha ha ha. And here's Spadina Road. Didn't Johnny go to York? Can he use a fork? Have we determined that yet? I think next time he does a home stream, he should prove to us that he can indeed use a fork. Gilherm, hello, yes, very nice area to walk through here. And I like these kind of funky looking apartment buildings. You'll see a bunch of these scattered around the neighborhood. They're all designed by the same architect. At the time when they were built in the 60s, they were considered to have a sort of a futuristic look to them. So he built a bunch of them, or he designed a bunch of them that were built in the Annex neighborhood, and also up in North York. There are some buildings there with the same look to them. That's another one of his designs just right over here, actually. Hey, Clayton Crawford, hello. And Tom Bikes, hello. McEwen Parkett. quite like this little spot here. Another kind of cozy, comfortable feeling little area. If you can afford to live here, it'd be an awesome place. Yeah, it's not too bad, Scott. There's the odd gust that kind of sends a chill through my bones, but for the most part it's bearable. David, no, it's frozen. Everything here is icy. Hard and crusty and icy. We are below zero. Sub-zero. -5, yeah, that sounds about right. Here's another nice older apartment building. Here is Brunswick Avenue. Once upon a time there was a popular bar called the Brunswick House. Oh yeah, so many well-known Toronto personalities lived in the Annex and still do. And oftentimes when celebrities are in town as part of a TV series where they actually have to spend several years in the city over the course of the show, they have homes in the Annex during their time in Toronto. I think Meghan Markle lived here before she married Prince Harry and moved away. She was on that show Suits for like years. It's another great old building here. Hey, see you next time, Rainbow Obsidian. It was good to see you in the chat tonight. Hello, Noiva M. Fuga. Sister lives on Walmer. It's another little neighborhood park, sort of tucked in here. St. Albans Square, that's what this is called. Hey, that's awesome, Gertrude. The 1-year anniversary is upon us. I see we got over 300 concurrent viewers. Welcome everyone. If you're new to the channel, hello to you, and come and say hello in the chat. It's always great to see some new subscribers joining in the live chat. We'll all be nice to you, as long as you don't say something stupid. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. That's Bathurst Street over there. So this is Albany Street. Albany, however you pronounce it. The capital city of New York State. In any case, the street bears its name. Hello, Luke. Hello, welcome. Hey, Paranormal Witness Girl is here. So I'm coming down Albany Street because that house I was talking about is just right up ahead, where the famous Torontonian urbanist lived. I'm sure some of you have heard of her before. Her name was Jane Jacobs. And this was her house right here. Of course, she's passed away. She passed away quite a few years back now, but she lived here for decades. She was an American who moved to Toronto, actually, and was a big part of the evolution of Toronto's... Oh, there's a skunk. A skunk just ran by. She had a hand in stopping the Spadina Expressway from proceeding through the heart of downtown, and was a really well-respected figure in the city. And she also did a lot of things in New York to prevent expressway development in that city also. Yeah, that skunk is over here somewhere. Hey, Paranormal Witness Girl, I am very well. How are you? And hello, Phil and Sault Ste. Marie. And she's probably most famous for the book that she published in the early 1960s called The Death and Life of Great American Cities. Everybody who's into urban planning and urbanism probably has a copy of that book. I do. Hello, Jamil. Good evening and welcome. That's awesome, Toronto's doo-wop music guy. You ran into her. I heard she just liked to sit on her front porch a lot and just sort of watch the neighborhood go by. Hey, that's awesome, Whitby dude. I didn't realize you were an urban planner. I think it makes sense. I think a lot of people who watch my content or Johnny's or Action Kids are fans of urbanism and cities to begin with. Hey, Oregon e-biker, hello. And hello, Hani Mohammed. Very cool, Whitby dude. And here is Bathurst Street. It's Stanley's Variety. So that's what he did after he retired from working at the office. He's sitting in there just doing his crossword puzzles, waiting for the next customer to walk through the door. Hello, MP. Welcome. And DMX OS. Yeah, this is a great area to walk around. Even on a cold winter day, probably much more enjoyable on a pleasant evening in the summertime. Hey, Ant-Man is in the house. Hello. This is familiar territory to Ant-Man. That's another office worker, Susie. I guess Gilbert predates Stanley from the office. He's the OG. Hey, it's Bathurst Station. Subway, streetcars, and buses. All of your transit needs can be met here at Bathurst Station. It's the number 7 bus heading north up Bathurst. Hello, Hunter Stewart. Hey, Michael K. Hello. Oh, thanks. Glad you're enjoying. I'm having a nice time walking through the area myself. I haven't done it in a while. Toronto Tech and Transit came through here. Yeah, he gets around a lot. Got some exercising people. Although I'm an exercising person right now, I tend to walk pretty quickly. Almost at jogging speed. here we are at Bloor and Bathurst, and yes, someone said RIP Honest Ed's. I think Susie said that, because this is where Honest Ed's used to be. And now it's these new apartment buildings, almost finished construction. There's a look down Bloor. Hello Christina, welcome. And there's the pizza from the Scott Pilgrim movie. If anyone saw that movie, it's pretty good. Yes. We're glad to have you, Christina. Hope you enjoy the walk. Panago fresh pizza. Sounds pretty good, pretty good. These two buildings kind of directly across were the only things not torn down on this block to make way for the new development. So this is all brand new, and then you have the two old buildings which are incorporated right into it, and then the new buildings on the other side as well. I think they did a good job with retaining the interesting look of the street facade anyway. Hopefully some neat businesses will fill up these spaces. Ben, yeah, I think it's great, you know. A lot of people just look at it and decry it as like condos replaced Honest Ed's, but it's not even condos, it's rental apartments. And it has affordable housing units. And they've retained all the old historic houses on Markham Street. Those didn't get torn down, so Markham Street will come back. Mirvish Village will come back, just in a new form. So I think the development is pretty great. And it's interesting to look at. The buildings have texture and personality. He turned into Dishonest Ed. And it wraps all the way around the block, so there's going to be retail on this side too, not just on Bathurst and Bloor. And then the next block over is Markham Street, so that's where all the new establishments will replace those that had to relocate. So I think it'll be pretty cool. And that block of Markham Street will be pedestrianized also. It wasn't before, so that's an improvement. Yeah, the big garish signs are gone, unfortunately. I did like those. At night, it was pretty neat to look at. But I think they preserved one of the big signs, one of the big Honest Ed signs, and it's supposed to be erected on a building somewhere else downtown. I thought it was going to be erected on the Victoria Street side of the Ed Mirvish Theatre. So we'll see if they do that. Do I hate Justin Bieber? I don't have any particular opinion towards him at all, really. I'm not a fan of Justin Bieber, but I don't hate him either. He's just sort of one of many pop stars that I don't really pay attention to all that much unless they're thrust upon me in the news. And then either I change the channel or I laugh or I groan, depending on what it is they're doing. I don't know, he seems like an alright enough guy. If I pass him on the street, I'd probably go, "Yo, what's up, Justin Bieber?" And then I would go on with my day. Here is Harvard Street. Or how about Dwight on The Office called him Justice Beaver? Who is this Justice Beaver? There's that Krispy Kreme donuts across the street. And right beside is... Oh no, that's a different... That's all the same. My bad. I thought there was a competing store beside it called Donut Cafe, but that's also part of Krispy Kreme, so... I was like, that's a bold choice. I'm going to open up my independent donut cafe right beside a Krispy Kreme location. Oh, is that where your store was? That's awesome, Kevin. That's awesome. Yeah, he has some condition. So he's taking a break. Well, hopefully he recovers. He's still young. I think he has a lot of music left to contribute, even if I don't want to listen to it. Somebody out there will. Is this Croft Street across the street? I was kind of keeping an eye out for that. So I thought I would take a walk down Croft Street. That's another strally. My term I made up. Is it a street? Is it an alley? It's a strally. Oops. That car just came out of nowhere. Yeah, this is Croft Street. Let's take a walk down Croft Street. Hey, thanks Sapan for the update. Sarah Polly lives around here? Yeah, I think she's a downtowner. Yeah, it's really icy here. Like super duper icy and slippery, so I'm gonna have to walk carefully. So this is one of those alleys that has houses in it, so it's like a combination of both. You got these garages like an alley or a laneway. Whoa. Slippity doodah. Slippity eh. My oh my, I'll try not to land on my ass today. Yeah, the ground is frozen solid, man. Yeah, I don't think they plow through the strallies. You're just left to fend through all the ice and snow on your own, whether you're on foot or in a car. Oh yeah, I'm walking carefully. There's like more laneways connecting it to the streets on either side. Any 6 a.m. walks in the future. Yeah, we'll see, Whitby dude. I tend to do those kind of somewhat spontaneously. What is on top of this little van? What is this? Oh, it's a food truck. Okay. I was like, oh, what is that? Guess I'm not used to seeing a food truck parked in a residential neighborhood with all the regular vehicles. Here's some more laneway houses, or as I'm going to call them from now on, strally houses. Whoa, another unexpected CN Tower view. That's kind of a neat look there. Some graffiti with the tower jutting up. I'll go knock on the front door of the house that the hot dog truck is parked in front of and go, hey man, can I get a hot dog? I wonder what they do. Whoa. Yeah, the ones fronting inside here have addresses, because this is technically labeled as a street, Croft Street, even if it looks more like an alley. Whoa, hey, fakey fake. Whoa, that was a close one. Both my feet decided to go in opposite directions at once. DMX, no, the Italy is way back at Bloor Street in the Mink Mile. We were there earlier. We passed near it earlier. but Little Italy is just right up ahead. We're basically in Little Italy right now, but the College Street strip is just a little ways up ahead. Might not be Italy, but at least there are lots of other Italian restaurants around there. Don't do the splits, I know, right? I'm not prepared to do the splits. Hey, Riley Barker. I think it's around -5 degrees Celsius, according to what someone said a while ago. It might be a little warmer than that right here where I am now, maybe -3. Hey V, everyone looked angry riding the TTC. That's pretty normal though, right? Even at the best of times. Or if not normal, they just look like zombies, expressionless. Well, we'll see if I make Christina laugh before I make my way out of Croft Street. It's ending just right up ahead, and there's more CN Tower popping up. Jonathan Colley, you're very welcome, and thanks for checking out the stream. Hope to see you again next time. I do this on the regular. I post videos every day on my channel. See, this one has an address, 22. Whoa! That was the closest I've come yet. Will I make it out without putting my butt print on Croft Street? Make it out for a girthy burrito. That will be my reward for successfully navigating Croft Street. And I think I'm just about out. Looks like ice-free path the rest of the way. Someone is saying no. There we go. Croft Street. We walked the whole thing. Hey, Fans Buses Gaming. Hello, hello. So now we're on College Street. You entered the stream as I slipped. I don't think I've ever noticed this restaurant over here before. Happy Burger. That white building there, I don't think you can make out the sign, but it says Happy Burger, and there's like a big happy face on the side there. Little Jerry? Is that Seinfeld reference, perhaps? James Greenwood, I know, right? Hey, Neville 6000, good evening. I am on College Street, just approaching Bathurst. I just walked down Croft Street and almost fell on my rear end about half a dozen times. Battery power 15%. You know what that means? That means it's time for me to plug in the power bank. Okay. To work. Okay, plugged it in. So I'm not sure, once again, if this will keep the phone alive or not. I'll just say a quick thanks to everyone for watching and for all the support. Very much appreciated. If it suddenly dies on me, then I'll be doing a stream again in a few days' time, and of course my daily videos. I'll be premiering a video tomorrow night. Keep an eye out for that. And I appreciate the super chats and super stickers very much so. But we'll see if this stays alive. It's at 6%. Seems like these days 90 minutes is pretty much the limit of my phone battery when I do a stream without the help of my power bank. It used to last over 2 hours. It's not what it used to be. Hey, Alan K. Kwan, $5 start a burrito fund. Thank you very much, Alan, for your awesome support. Very much appreciated. Yes, a warm, girthy burrito sounds really good.